Welcome back home, Black Americans, to the richest nation in the world, where you can finally feel at home, where being Black is normal.
When the children of Africa were taken out of Africa as slaves, all they ever wanted to do was to come back home to Africa. Each and every one of them that you see, many of them are coming to Africa for the first time. They're bringing with them the spirits of their ancestors to put them to rest here in Burkina Faso. And that's mission number one. Mission number two, we have watched you, Mr. President. You stand for everything that we have hoped for in an African man.
Hello family, hello my good people. Now welcome back to this channel. Now listen to this. The leader of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, has just made a powerful announcement. He is calling on African Americans to come back home, back to Africa, their motherland. This is not just politics the way people are used to. This is history coming full cycle. Because imagine after 400 years of slavery, oppression, and fighting for survival in America, the children of Africa are finally being welcomed back to build and transform the continent, their motherland. Just like Ghana, the year of return that took place in the year 2019. And this could change Africa forever. Imagine African Americans coming to Africa, Burkina Faso. This is going to change and transform Burkina Faso forever. Now, the big question is, will African Americans obey and respond to this? Will they pack their luggages to come back to their motherland? Let me know this in the comment section. And please remember to subscribe and share this video to as many people as possible. Before that, let me play you some clips here, then I'll be back with my commentary.
I think they haven't understood something. When we say the homeland or death, we shall overcome, it's not just a phrase, it has its full meaning. We are not afraid and we will never be afraid. We will continue our struggle. They have undoubtedly and surely scared numerous African heads of state. We ask them questions about why you don't do as we do.
And in your homes, we're asking you to reconnect with your roots, to see Africa not as a grave, but as a garden. He announced the first Diaspora Congress to be held in Ouagadougou at year's end. Flights began to fill, visas were requested, lives were changed. A video went viral. Mama Ruth, 82 years old, cane in one hand, suitcase in the other, at JFK Airport. I may be old, but I need to touch that soil. Maybe plant a seed. In the Bronx, a grassroots group called Back to Build emerged. Young Black people studying African history, economics, and agriculture. Not everyone supported it. Some called it delusion. Others feared a mass exodus. But the fire burned. By December, Ouagadougou transformed. Black people from every corner of the world gathered. Afro-Caribbeans, African Americans, Brazilians, Haitians, Black Brits. No hierarchy, just a shared pulse. The Congress opened with drums. No fireworks, no celebrities. Elders poured libations. Names were whispered to the soil. In Bambara, Wolof, Yoruba, Creole. Traoré walked in. No bodyguards, no anthem. Silence fell.
The door is open for all Black Americans to move back home to Africa. Learn the laws and the culture to prevent culture shock. And pray before you go.
If there's one thing that I can count on, is that our community knows how to show love in times where we need it the most. This is the time where we don't stop. This is the time where we keep our martyrs' names alive. From Thomas Sankara, Patrice Lumumba, Muammar Gaddafi, and the latest African king, Ibrahim Traore. Talk to each other, teach each other, heal each other. Africa is waking up. And I never thought I'd see in my lifetime where we will be liberated. They never thought that we would be in communication with one another. They thought they could still push their propaganda onto us. And oh yeah, we read newspapers and see the news, but they never thought that we talk to each other so we can decipher whether or not it's bullshit or whether or not it's real. And we are putting the pieces of the puzzles together and working out that 2 + 2 does not equal 5. And that we have a right to question that, to question media, to question governments, to question leaders. My heart breaks into 1,000 pieces knowing what the West did to those African leaders who tried to free their people. But Ibrahim is our saving grace. Ibrahim is our African king. And Ibrahim will be the catalyst to liberate Africa. So to the citizens of Burkina Faso, we are there with you. We are there in spirit. We are there in voice. We are there to protect you. And to my black sisters, brothers, cousins, uncles, aunties, nannies, granddads, wherever you are, you know this is the time. You feel it in your gut. You feel it in your belly. It's the time. Wake up. Wake up and do what's right.
The door is now open for all Black Americans to move back home to Africa and learn about their ancestral roots. Because of this traps in economy, a lot of Black Americans, they have started realizing that they are not American, and they started doing their DNA test to find out exactly where in Africa they belong. Someone like Ludacris, he did his DNA test to find out exactly where he belonged, and he moved back to Africa in Gabon with his wife. Right now he's living in Africa. And also Sierra also moved back to Benin. She did a DNA test to find out exactly where in Africa she belonged, and she found out that she belonged in Benin, and now she is living in Benin. All these people, they thought that they are Americans. And also Kelly's she moved back to Kenya. Now she have 300 acres of land and she is living in Kenya. So you need to do your DNA test and find out exactly where in Africa you belong. If you're from Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore is going to give you a land. He is going to build for you a house and also give you a business. So find out where exactly you belong.
To the brave youth of Africa, to my fellow leaders, to the heart of our continent, our communities, and to every African living across the world, this message is for you. Africa is not poor. We have been made to believe we are poor, but the truth is, Africa is the richest continent on earth. We have what the world dreams, like gold, diamonds, oil, fertile land, clean water, 12 hours of sunlight every day, and ecosystems full of life. Yet, our people suffer in poverty. Our children go hungry, and our youth leave home, searching for dignity abroad. This must end. We have 54 independent countries in Africa. That means we have 54 presidents, 54 governments, 54 flags. I swear to Allah, if we unite, there is no force on earth that can stop us. Not one. To my African brothers and sisters, freedom is not just a flag or a national anthem. Freedom means building our own roads, controlling our own resources, teaching our own history, and shaping our own future. For too long, others have used what belongs to us to grow rich. They take our minerals to power their industries. Our cocoa makes their chocolate, our oil fuels their cars, yet our people walk miles for water. Our farmers struggle, while foreign companies harvest our land. To the youth of Africa, you are not just the future, you are the present. You are the energy, the voice, the courage that this continent needs. Rise with knowledge, with skills, with love for your land. Do not be ashamed to be African. Be proud, be bold, be ready to defend what is yours, not with hate, but with purpose. To African leaders, I speak with respect and humility. Alone, I can only do something, but together, we can change everything. I need you to be my shoulders, and I will be yours. Let us stop waiting for solutions from those who benefit from our problems. Let us create our own path with African unity, African pride, and African solutions. To the businessmen and investors of Africa, especially those living abroad, come home. believe in this continent, build your companies here, create jobs here, and develop your land. Let me joke a little with my wealthy brothers and sisters who live in the West. You spend your life, your time, your money to build beautiful cities in other countries. You make their economies grow. But when death comes near, you say, please bury me in my country. My dear brother, listen to me very well. Africa is not a graveyard. It is a land to live in, to grow in, and to build in. To the African community, let's support our own. Let's buy from African farmers, work with African hands, invest in African talents. We must stop waiting for help. We must help each other. From Cape Town to Cairo, from Dakar to Djibouti, we are one family. Divided, we are weak, but united, we are unstoppable. Africa does not lack brains. It does not lack ideas. It does not lack courage. What Africa needs is unity. Real unity. Not in speeches, but in action. We must trade with each other, teach each other, defend each other, and love each other. I am not perfect. I am not a prophet. I am just a man who refuses to see his people suffer in silence. If they try to kill me for speaking the truth, let them try. But the voice of truth will not die. I do not fear death. I fear watching Africa sleep while others build empires on our backs. Let the world know this. Africa is awake. We are rising, not to beg, not to borrow, but to build. With our hands, with our minds, with our hearts. The journey is long, but the time is now. May Allah protect our people, and may the spirit of Africa never fade.
There's a lot going on right now in Burkina Faso with Ibrahim Traore and the attacks on his life. Over 20 of attempted assassinations on his life, even one just recently. People are trying to gather together to save his life, which makes great sense because out of all of the African leaders, he has shown himself to be the most trustworthy, the strongest, the most focused. My issue is not supporting Ibrahim Traore or the president of Mali or Niger. My issue is the invite to Burkina Faso for African Americans, black folk, okay? Ghana did the same thing. And what happened to the black people when they went to Ghana? They have been mistreated, so many of them. You never know how much so many Africans don't like black Americans, yet they benefit off of the plight of African Americans. Muhammad Ali made a statement some years back saying, if there is 1,000 snakes coming to bite me and I have the opportunity to run in the house and close the door to save myself, and out of that 1,000 snakes that's coming to bite me, there's 100 snakes that doesn't want to bite me. They are not against me at all, right? Should I stay outside and hope that that 100 will gather together and come and save me from the other 900 snakes? Or should I just go ahead and protect myself and go in the house and close the door? That's the issue with Africans all across the continent, is there are those 100, those few that have no issue with black Americans, but there is that 900 that can't stand us, that hate on us like there is no other hatred to be hated on. So many black Americans are finding out in Ghana right now that they are not welcomed and that they're there to be used to build the economy in Ghana. That's the same thing around so many different African countries that choose to, send us that message of come home, come home. But unlike what happened in, I think it was 1942 during the Olympics, or was it 1945? One of those, where Adolf Hitler, to prepare the white folk, for black folk coming and to perform in the Olympics, because they were trying to see who was the strongest country, who had the best fighters and things like that, who had the best athletes. It was a deeper message than just sports, okay? Adolf Hitler made a big advertisement. He pushed this, message throughout the country that, they were to be more accepting, getting the people to be accepting and, respectful, and not to harm the black athletes that were coming to perform. So by the time the black athletes got there to perform, they were better accepted by the people, because there was a campaign that went on prior to the Olympics to make sure the Olympics would go on without a hitch. And there would be no black people getting murdered, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what happens, cha-ching. So this is what they did to prepare the people to be more accepting to us before we came. We got better campaigning for acceptance of our presence from Adolf Hitler than we have from African leadership. Right now, Burkina Faso is building itself, and I am all for it. I support him in any way that I can, because I see the greatness in Ibrahim Traore. But you have this group of ECOWAS, the other African leadership, that before this so-called African American knucklehead, I don't even want to say his name, military guy, okay? Matter of fact, I don't even think I remember his name, but it doesn't even matter because he doesn't deserve a mention. But you know who he is. The house nigga that they didn't put up here to, be the face of their attack on, Burkina Faso. Before him, there's ECOWAS that attempted to go after, which is the other African countries, their whole, team there, that attempted to go after Ibrahim Traore and attack him, use their armies against their own people. This is ECOWAS, the other massive countries throughout the continent of Africa coming together to go against one of their own brothers for trying to free themselves from European colonialism. Okay? This is what happened. So now they're saying, a black American is going against Ibrahim Traore and blah, blah, blah. No, he's not the first puppet. ECOWAS was the first puppets. The ones on the same continent were the first puppets to go after their own. And because black people are known to come together and make sure that people that have went up against them, fuck around and find out. Okay? They always come back to calling on us. But yet, when we need support, they don't come out for us. The first time I have seen Africans come out for us was during the George Floyd situation, where they protested because we were on lockdown. Everyone saw it. But as long as black Americans were saying, this is what's happening to us, you don't hear none of them talking anything. They will steal our dances. They will steal our inventions. They will steal anything from us. They will claim it. They will use it. They will monopolize off of it, but show no support to us for anything that they steal from us. And mind you, nobody wanted to come here in the early 1900s. Nobody wanted to come here anytime prior to the early 1900s. Why? Because we were enslaved then. Because we were going through Jim Crow then. Now they're here. The Asians came. Now the Africans came, one country after the next, receiving benefits that would not even be available if it wasn't for the plight of my ancestors. So I should do what? Jump to pack up and move to Africa and do what? my own people go against me, who supposedly are my own people, turn against me and show me that I am not one of them, especially me particularly, and anyone like me that are of a lighter complexion coming from the US, then I'll be seen as what? A white person. Because anybody that is light complected coming from the United States, even though there's so many light complected black people or Africans all over the African continent, if you are light and come from the United States or a European country, then you're considered white. You're not even respected as a black person. You're likely used because they see you as a possible come up. You look like money. So all of those, anyway, because I get in my feelings because I can clearly see that I am. All those who think they're just going to pack up and go to Africa, don't do that. Show your support from a distance. Protect your life. Protect your freedoms. Protect what you have built in the country that, mind you, is your own. Because not every black person that is in the United States were transported by slave ship. There were black natives here. They washed black people out. And anyone that was still black, anyone that was still obviously brown, got turned into niggas. No longer native.
Now, great people, I want us to talk about the historical context of African Americans and slavery and how they are coming to Burkina Faso or to Africa is going to change the game, or is going to be a game changer to the African economy. Millions of Africans ended up in US, Caribbean, and South America, stripped of their identity, culture, and homeland. Despite centuries of slavery, segregation, and systemic racism, African Americans built resilience and contributed massively to the US culture, economy, and politics. Now, Traoré's invitation isn't just political, it's symbolic. A call for descendants of enslaved Africans to return to their roots. His message recognizes African Americans not as outsiders, but as long-lost children of Africa who still have a stake in the continent's future. Just like Ghana in the year 2019, who launched the Year of Return to mark the 400 years since the first enslaved Africans arrived in Virginia. Thousands of African Americans visited Ghana, with some settling, investing, and even buying land. It really boosted tourism, created jobs, and strengthened the emotional link between Africa and its diaspora. How is this going to change or transform Burkina Faso for good? Let's start with economic investment. Many African Americans are entrepreneurs, investors, and professionals with access to capital, and their investments in real estate, technology, agriculture, and tourism will boost Burkina Faso's economy. This helps reduce dependency on foreign aid and strengthens local industry. What about job creation and skill transfer? African Americans bring diverse skills from engineering, medicine, IT, education, and creative industries. By opening businesses or working in local industries, this also introduces new business models and work ethics that can uplift communities. Then, number 3, tourism and cultural exchange. The return of African Americans will attract global attention, making Burkina Faso a hub of cultural tourism. Just like Ghana's Year of Return increased tourism revenue, Burkina Faso could experience similar growth in just a short period of time. Then festivals, heritage tours, and cultural exchange will strengthen identity and the pride. What about the political and social empowerment? African Americans have fought against racism and injustice in the United States for centuries. Now, their experience in civil rights and activism can inspire Burkinabe people to push for stronger democratic values, freedom, and justice. It could build a united Pan-African movement that can give Africa a very strong voice to speak about the oppressions in Africa and corruption. What about technology and innovation? African Americans in tech, science, and innovation can introduce modern solutions, renewable energy, digital systems, healthcare technology that Burkina Faso needs at the moment. This can push the nation into the modern global economy. Last but not least is the healing and reconnection. Beyond money and business, this is spiritual healing. Because African Americans reconnect with their roots. It will strengthen identity, it will strengthen pride and solidarity between Africans at home and Africans in the diaspora. Please let me know in the comment section, what do you think about the coming of African Americans to Africa? Is this going to be a real investment, and is this going to boost the economy of Burkina Faso, of the economy of Africa? Is it going to bring or create that oneness with the people here and the people back in the diaspora? Please talk to me in the comment section. And of course, if you love this video and you feel that this video is yours, please share it with your friends back at home, and please like this video. Thank you so much, guys, and let's meet again in my next video. This is your guy, Fred from the motherland.